Hey, hey, hey. What's going on? Oh my gosh, it has been a long 2 weeks and I have not been able to contain my excitement about talking to you again. I mean, what is going on? How have you been? So let's get right into what I am very excited about, which is me having my first guest on the ABW show. I was able to sit down and talk with a friend of mine who happens to be doing wonderful and fantastic things, and I really hope that you enjoy the interview that I did with her. So here it is. Now it is time for me to introduce my fantastic, awesome, beautiful, lovely guest today, Miss Drew Dorsey.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. This is so cool.
Yay! I am so glad that you are here too, and that you've decided to join us on the ABW show today as an awesome Black woman. Thank you for being here.
Yes, I'm honored.
So I want you to start and just give a little bit of your bio, your background for people who may not know you. I mean, you have 500,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh,
so
whatever.
Who doesn't know you? But for the people that don't know you.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah!
My name is Drew Dorsey. It's funny whenever people ask me, what do you do? Describe yourself. I always want to lead with not work stuff, but the bio's work. But me, I'm from the Bay Area.
Okay.
I have a sister. I'm the youngest of two.
So you're the other sister.
Yeah, I'm the other sister. But I'm a model. I'm an actress. I'm a host. I started my hosting career first.
Okay.
Back when I was 17. I did the whole red carpet circuit situation. A lot of press junkets. And I thought I wanted to be the next Juliana Rancic. And then...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then that shifted. And I wanted to do more personality-based content. And because I told myself, I want to... not really interview people anymore. I want to be the one being interviewed. So that shifted, and then I focused more on the acting side, and then the modeling side came about just kind of on accident. And then I do content creation. I have a YouTube channel, social media stuff. I always say it's all that LA shit.
So hyphen.
hyphen, yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, so wait, you said that you got into modeling by accident. How does one get into this by accident if you were already kind of doing it?
So it's so funny because modeling was never part of the plan.
Okay.
Even before I started hosting, I was a writer. So I would write scripts for hosts, for teleprompter.
Okay.
And it was mainly news, news stories, entertainment news. And then from there, I started hosting on accident also, but that was always part of the plan. But the show that I was working on, one of the hosts wasn't familiar with a show they were supposed to be talking about. And I was just hanging out with that host in the makeup room. And I was like, wait, oh my God, girl, I used to watch the show. It was That's So Raven. I was like, let me give you the rundown.
Oh, okay.
And then she was like, Drew, do you just want to do the show? And I was like, all right. And then, so that happened that way. And then the modeling thing came about because I was doing some social media work for, I don't want to say the brand because I'm not the best, but I was doing some social media work for them. And they would post me on their page all the time. And they had a really big following. And a friend of mine who I went to college with saw that. And he was like, Drew, you're signed, right? And I was like, signed to what? And he was like, to a modeling agency. And I was like, no, oh my God. I've never even, because also, and I know the modeling industry has changed so much, but body-wise, at the time, I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now. There was no curve modeling. That wasn't really a thing in my mind before.
Okay, yes.
And so I was like, no. And he was like, no, you really need to look into this. And so I took a meeting with my agent, who became my agent now, and showed her, I didn't have a book at the time. I really just showed her my social media pictures. And because I'd always been posing, taking pictures of just different
So basically
outfits.
Personality and just what you were doing won over.
Yeah. And then she was like, wait, you're a whole vibe. And then I wore braids at the time, and she was flipping through different pictures of me. And there was one picture of me with my natural hair. And she was like, wait, is this your hair? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, why don't you wear your hair like this? And I was like, oh, it's just a lot of work. I love my hair, but it's a lot. And she was like, no, you need to do this. This is going to work for you. And then she signed me on the spot.
Okay.
That's how it happened.
And I am so glad that you brought up the hair, because this is something that I definitely wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the hair story? What is the hair journey? How did you get here? And how did you land on this look? But it is because one of your agents said, this is the look you should have, basically. And you were like, okay.
I had always loved, because I wore, like I said, I wore braids for forever, years.
Okay.
And I loved my hair, but it was just always so much. Like the wash day of it all and the blow drying. I didn't know how to really do my natural hair without, dealing with all the upkeep and all that.
I see.
And so when she said wear your hair naturally, I was kind of excited because I was like, I always love my fro whenever I take my braids out. I like it to rock it for a day.
Yes, before the inevitable shrinkage and everything else happens to it. Yes. Oh
exactly.
My gosh. Wind, dust, heat,
all
of
that,
it.
humidity. Yes, the struggle is real. But I was excited when she said that because honestly, that had gone against everything that I thought would be the case with modeling before. I just had a preconceived notion because, like Black women in the modeling industry, it's been like a tough fight for a long time. And for the longest even because I came from hosting, it was like, if you wanted to be on TV, it was like straighten your hair for the longest time, And so I got signed to my modeling agency in 2020, which changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
And thankfully it became, what all these businesses wanted. They wanted someone who was natural and who was very authentic to like whatever, know?
And I think 2020 really played a big part in that because it was like a lot of social justice things were happening. People were turning to Black people. Like we wanted to be authentically seen as who we were. Like the Crown Act was being passed. Like, I actually want to show up to work without doing 9 hours of straightening and perming and all this other stuff before I even get to work. And meanwhile, Jessica Lynn decides to show up with wet hair and everybody's like, oh my God, so creative.
Exactly.
Love.
Exactly.
It's
been unfair for a very long time.
Absolutely. I mean, even because you just joined pretty much like the modeling world only in the last few years. When I was doing it back in the day, it was like that, like straight hair, very, Anglo-Saxon look all the way. You had to be super, super thin. They weren't thinking about curves. They didn't care about any of that.
Right.
And if you were over like a size 4, which was pushing it back then, you were going to be considered either a plus size model. So you would have to gain weight to be like an 8, 10, which is crazy to think that that is a plus size model.
Ridiculous.
But back then that was plus size. Or that in between, where I often fell in between, would be you were just a fit model or something for like, JCPenney's or like some catalog modeling and things like that.
Right.
So it is amazing how much the industry has changed. And it's really great to see that happening, especially for a lot of Black women, because we were never really represented authentically before. And I think one of the big things that's happening is it's starting with our hair, but it's working its way down. Like more women have curves. We are, I wouldn't say thanks to the Kardashians because they were ours first, but they made them more mainstream and more palatable to the Wahates. So
I'm very thankful for it because like I said, like modeling was never even in the equation because I was like, I have titties. Like I was just a little bit more curvy. And like even now, like I'm small, but still like back in the day, I would be considered like, okay, you need to gain weight to be curvy or, So I'm thankful for the change.
We're like, yes, pandemic. Thank you. Okay, so now that you are in full-fledged in the modeling game, you have an agent, you know where I'm going to go with this.
I know.
You know it is coming. Oh my gosh. Sidebar. For anybody that does not know, Miss Drew Dorsey has graced the pages of What? The Iconic Sports Illustrated, which is actually a really big thing as for a model, period.
Yeah.
But as we know, historically, Sports Illustrated has not always featured women of color at all. So this is actually a really big thing. It not only puts you on a larger platform and opens you up to everything. And of course, you live in California. You're used to wearing bikinis all the time. But this is like a super dream come true. So tell me how this happened.
Crazy.
And how you're feeling.
It's honestly so wild because I know people who have been modeling for years and it's like Sports Illustrated is the holy grail, you know?
It is our Playboy.
It is yes, exactly, which we can also talk about. Also love them. So when I became a model, obviously Sports Illustrated became a dream. Even before I was a model, I was always infatuated by the magazine. I was like, oh my God, like these women are so hot. Like I was just always just into it, women empowerment, here for it. And so when I found out that they do this open call every year called Swim Search, I was like, wait, what? Like, you can just, because in my mind, I'm like, to get on such a prestigious platform as Sports Illustrated, I'm sure you had to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody to even get in the room, you know? So when I found that out, I was like, oh, 1000%, I'm applying. And so I actually auditioned two years. Okay. And the second year is when I got it. So I auditioned, I'm trying to think, I think it was 2021 was the first time I auditioned. And that year was really social media focused, how they did it. And so I kind of fell off. So you had to post your audition video, and then you had to consistently, like, every week post something. And I was like, during that time, it was just, there was a lot going on, so I couldn't commit. And also, I think I felt uncomfortable about, like, people who followed me knew, like, just like posting constantly about it just made me feel kind of weird. So I kind of fell off that year. And then the next year I was like, no, I'm trying again, because it's something I really want to do. And when I'm someone, like, when I set my mind to something, it's going to happen, you know?
You were committed, basically.
Committed. And so the following year, it was a little bit more simple. You just had to submit your video to this platform that they had, like an app. And then from there, they reviewed a billion videos, I'm sure. And then I got a call back, which was insane.
Amazing.
Like 2 weeks later. And the callback was intense. You were on a Zoom call with the whole Sports Illustrated team, including the editor-in-chief, MJJ.
Oh my gosh.
It was on my birthday, which was so crazy, the morning of my birthday. And they were East Coast time, so I literally had to do the Zoom call at like 7 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast Zoom calls, because we are always struggling.
I had the nervous
oh my God, I'm doing great. My day is going well. It is 5 a.m.
Right.
It is dark outside, and I have on every light in my home to make it look like it's normal and daytime.
And there were a few people who that was the case, because there was like a group of 10 other girls on my call with me, and everybody's from different places, different countries, and so like different time zones. And it was extremely nerve-wracking. You basically had 5 minutes to give your spiel, who you are, expand on what you said in your audition video, and then you did like a little back and forth with the editor-in-chief, and they would move on to the next person. Everybody was just like listening to everyone's stories. And then the wait period was like hell after that. Like it was just, you were waiting for that call. And I think it was maybe like 2 weeks after that, but they didn't tell us when it was going to happen. So thankfully, we had, like, the girls who were on my same Zoom call, we started an Instagram group, and so we were kind of communicating, being like, oh, did you hear anything yet? Did you hear that?
Right, just to see if, like, somebody heard and somebody didn't. You're like, oh, no, it wasn't me. But,
to keep your sanity, you know?
So, basically, you guys started a support group for Sports Illustrated nominees and hopefuls. Got it.
And then the call came. It was a Sunday morning at, like, 10 a.m.
Of course it was.
I died. I absolutely
Praise the Lord.
And the way they did it was so casual. They were like, hi, Drew, this is so-and-so from Sports Illustrated. And I know the first thing I said, I was like, oh, my God. And she was like, yeah, so super casual, but we want you to join us in the Dominican Republic for our Sports Illustrated. I just dropped to the ground.
You know what?
It was insane.
It is always the most casual casting agent, director, booker on the other line who is calling you with every ounce of you didn't get it and I'm here to let you down.
Right.
And then they drop a bomb like, we'd love for you to come and join. Most monotone thing ever. I know that you make a lot of calls, and like some of them are happy and some of them are sad, but you know, listen, when the positive ones come through, I know you don't want to get overly hyped because you don't want us to like go insane and our head explode, but if you could just give us a little zhuzh in there, like, hi, good morning, you know, this is me calling from Sports
she totally
Illustrated.
Did on purpose, but I'm happy she did it that way. It was funny.
I'm calling to let you know that, you know, even though you didn't make it, we loved your tape. Or you could have been like, I'm calling to let you know that congratulations, we would love for you to, like, just keep it just a hair more positive.
No, they did. She was positive. She was just very chill at first because she knew as soon as you hear, hey, this is from Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, she's like, oh God.
You knew. So it was like, she had to play with us a little bit.
One time I was completely silent, and I think they thought that I didn't want the job, and I was like, no, I'm actually crying right now, and I'm trying to be professional on the phone.
Right,
so I just want you to know that when I hang up, I'm going to scream and burst into tears, but I will not do that on this call. And she was like, I appreciate
immediately. I cried on the phone. It was very embarrassing. I couldn't help it.
But it is something to be celebrated and to celebrate, because yes, you do want to cry. You do want to have, it's just like a washing over of emotions of relief, excitement, yes, next steps, and finally this is like a major stepping stone.
It was insane. It was insane because it's like you put down things on your bucket list, or when the year starts, you like a manifestation journal, whatever, and you have like those things that, you know, are more attainable. And then you have the things that are like, okay, like maybe not in the lifetime, but hopefully. And that was one of those things. So when it happened, I was beside myself. It was insane. I was in just shock, probably while I was doing it, after I was doing it when the magazine came out. Still didn't believe it. It still did not hit me. I think it's like maybe just now hitting me that it did happen.
Oh my gosh. And it happened, last year? And it's just now hitting you.
Just now hitting. I was in shock for the entire year.
You got to let it sink all the way in.
You're saying, girl, it's crazy. She's here.
Oh my gosh. But that is great. And I actually really love that you put this on like a vision board or manifestation journal and things like that, because that kind of thinking is something that is really taking an uptick now.
Yeah.
Especially with like, you know, social media and everything. People are like manifestation journals and I'm going to do the 369 challenge, and vision board parties have been around, but they are like majorly on the rise and all this other stuff. So people are really refocusing, you know, their mental capacity for just bringing things into their lives or getting rid of them. I mean, you know, depending.
Right,
sometimes
exactly.
Those dudes ain't shit. But,
right.
you know, yeah. I mean, I used to make vision boards with my friends when I lived in New York, but I always made them like way broad. I made them like over my entire life instead of like 1 year. So people would be like, exactly what are you focusing on here? I was like, what do you mean? I want all of it.
I want all of it.
I was like, yeah, as it happens, don't you just pull it off? They were like, girl, you need to section off like just 6 months, a year. I was like,
no, why not?
I gotta redo this thing like in a year? How many magazines do you think I have?
It's like you do it whatever works for you. You know, there's no correct formula.
There is not, but the one I was doing was way long. I mean, like 20 years into the future. Like, what?
Oh, wow.
Come on
okay.
now. Like,
that's fair.
Okay, we're starting off in an apartment and you have 8 homes on this board already.
Right.
Like, exactly what's happening?
I like the mentality though.
Listen,
thinking about the future.
Think big. Okay?
Why not?
God,
as you should. Obviously. I love it.
Listen, you have to shoot for the stars, okay? That's
always. No, I've told you before, I am really big on manifestation. I fully believe in it. I think if you speak it into creation, it will happen if it's meant for you, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I haven't had any calls yet from John David Washington, but, you know, one day it will happen.
One day.
One day.
When the time is right, it will happen.
And I don't know what that call is going to be for. A date, a role, whatever it is. He's on the vision board. I just don't know how he's supposed to come in there. I mean, there are 2 children next to him, so, you know, it could be possible that, you know, that's it. But
I'm so done. I'm so done. You're hilarious.
But I'm just saying, you know, might be a movie role, might be real life.
You never know.
Stay tuned.
Right.
I went down a little rabbit hole on your YouTube channel because, of course, I'm going to research. There was a video that you came across where apparently people had been asking you how you did this weight loss, how all of this happened, because obviously people are always wanting to know what's the secret? How did you do it? What is it? And I love that your advice was in the response video was, it takes time. It is not overnight. Do not do crash diets or anything like that. And then you basically showed them a workout routine that you do almost every day. So talk a little bit about, I guess, your whole journey for this, but start where you were at the beginning, because in the video you are saying that you weren't fat, but you didn't really feel good about yourself. And I know that a lot of women feel like this. It's like, if anybody else is looking at them, they look fine. They look normal.
Right.
They don't look overweight. They don't look any out of the ordinary kind of way, but internally they feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
And I want to know, how were you feeling about that? Where did that start? Like, did you always feel like this, or it just happened one day?
So it's also subjective, right? Like, it's
for sure.
However you feel in your body is totally up to you. Like, you shouldn't. It's harder, easier said than done. But like, we shouldn't be influenced by what society tells us, what we should look like, and all that. But I wasn't overweight. I was just a little fluffier than I felt comfortable being. And my weight has always fluctuated my entire life. Like when I was little, or like grade school, high school, I was smaller. And then high school, obviously hormones started to happen. So my weight would fluctuate. I would get bigger and then I would lose weight. And then college, I gained a lot of weight, as a lot of people do. You get the freshman 15 because...
Or 30 in my case.
Food. Listen, at all stages of life, you fluctuate. And in college, I was so fixated on like weighing myself all the time. And I did like these like juice cleanses and like all this like get skinny quick schemes basically, and it just didn't make me happy. And I was like, why am I doing this? And then a little bit after, I would say like a few years after I graduated, I packed on weight again because I was doing these like crash diets which don't work.
Yeah.
And I just realized I wasn't comfortable in my body. One day I remember going to Target and literally buying like oversized shirts because I wanted to hide like what I was rocking, which is so whack and so against everything that I believe when it comes to body positivity. But I didn't like feeling that way.
Hold on, not trying to cover up the double D's.
I
like,
know.
Girl, are you kidding me?
Like sacrilegious. How dare
and
I?
Me on the other end of the spectrum is just like, when will they come? Like, I've always been obsessed with having big boobs, and it did not happen.
I told you have titties. I don't know what you're talking about. I know you can't.
Okay,
see
but they're not giganto. Okay, they're not the huge orbs that
But they're like a good size.
Well,
You got
yes,
2
I
scoops.
can wear a backless top and have no issues.
See, I
I'll
can't.
go out with no
So
bra,
count
so,
your blessings, all right?
Listen, shout out to us smaller girls. We have it better than you think.
You do have it easier. You do. Totally. But so I made a decision. I was like, I want to lose weight. But I didn't want to do the crash diets that I had done in the past. I know that didn't work. It wasn't healthy. I wanted to do something that was sustainable. I wanted to do a lifestyle change. And it wasn't just about like a number on the scale. Got rid of my scale, threw it away, didn't have it at home. And I just started working out regularly and then eating clean during the week, and then knowing that you can't deprive yourself of, the indulging snacks like the pizza and the ice cream and all that. So I would let myself have whatever I wanted on the weekends and then just go back to eating clean during the week. And then over time, it fell off. And it took me about 2 years, which sounds like a long time, but like 40 to 50-ish pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy that I did that way because I was able to sustain it because it took me so long and because I did it the healthy way, So
it wasn't even your intention to lose 50 pounds. It wasn't like, my goal is to lose 50 pounds. It was just like, I want to have a lifestyle change, and whatever the number is, I'm going to be happy with that.
Yeah, I just went off of looking in the mirror, and then if I felt good, then I was like, okay, now we're going to sustain this. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to lose this amount of whatever. Mm-hmm. It was just like, do I feel good in my clothes now? Like when I put on my clothes, like, do I like the way this fits?
Fair.
And the answer was yes. Yeah.
I think that's the part that a lot of us are always missing when it comes to like weight loss and being healthy and like, be thinner or smaller. It's like it's not about the number, because the number can be 150 and you be all fat, or it could be 150 muscle. And you have all muscle. So it's not really about the number. Yeah. And I feel like nutritionists and like even trainers will tell you the number is not always important. Mm-hmm. But ultimately it is how you feel. And that's a really good way of kind of marking like your progress, is like try on the same pair of jeans like every 4 to 6 months. And it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. I'm seeing the difference. Yeah. Or, my arms don't feel chunky in this, whatever. And, I'm going to try this. And I think if you don't pay attention to it so much, especially like the number and of what the scale is saying, and also you have to be able to be okay with where your body is able to go and wants to go. Right. Because everybody is not going to look like, figure 8 hourglass kind of thing. Right. Quiet as it's kept, and not even that quiet. Those people don't even look like that. Because we all know that the BBLs have been running rampant. Yes. And yes. Yeah. But hey, you got to do whatever is right for you. Another thing, I think the reason why I started is because I had to watch myself on camera all the time, That will do it. So it just like stares you in the face, and you're seeing yourself from all angles, and you're like, no, like I don't. And it wasn't about a certain number. I was just like, I don't like the way I look. Mm-hmm. Don't feel comfortable. I want to feel comfortable, and I want to feel like a bad bitch, So oh my god, change was made. I'm happy I did it. Good. I'm glad it works for you. Would you ever do any enhancements or make any changes to your body, even though you have lost the weight? Like, not even now, 5 years from now, whenever. Yeah, this is the thing. Would you be open to it? I'm not opposed to plastic surgery. Mm-hmm. I think if you want to alter something for you, and if it's the decision that you're making for yourself, I say do it. For me personally, right now, I say no, but never say never. Mm-hmm. I who knows how I'm gonna feel in like 10 years. But right now, she's very happy with everything, the way everything is sitting, where it's placed, the way it is, I feel good about it. So right now I'm leaving everything alone. But you never know. This is true. You never know. You never know. You never know. Because I'm like, listen, I hear that after you have children.
That's the thing.
It's very exciting to get one of those mommy makeovers because you're like, yes.
That's why you gotta do what makes you feel good, whatever.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
listen,
who knows?
every once in a while, I'm like, instead of doing squats, maybe I should just get a butt lift or something.
Your butt is fabulous. See, this is the thing. We notice things about ourselves that no one else notices. 1,000%.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I know. I have like in recent years, and I don't know if it's just because like the booty has become like that everybody wants. I'm like, oh, because I had an ass. Sorry, I'm cussing on the show. Not meaning to. I had a booty before I lost all the weight, and then I lost my booty when I lost all the weight, and so now I'm like, oh, I just want like a little bit more cake. And so like that, I was insecure about it for a while, and I was like, my butt's cute. She's cute.
And everybody likes different things. Small, medium, large, extra large, whatever. So you'll find the man who thinks your butt is perfect at whatever size it is.
Right.
That's really all that matters.
And
man or woman, whoever it is.
Right, whoever it is. But make the decision for yourself first if you feel good, you know? And then the partner after that.
Yes. Because ultimately, I feel like at this point, I have to be okay with the way my body looks now. Because if I never work out again, am I okay with it?
Right.
Sure, yeah, I'm going to live with this. It's not detrimental. It's not going to be like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. But if it was, then go ahead and make the change.
Right.
It starts with one walk. And not to the Dunkin' Donuts, let me tell you.
Tell me why I had a Yogurtland addiction. And I used to go every day and I couldn't stop.
Oh
like
my God.
It was so bad. And I would cry about it.
Cry about it.
I did. Which sounds ridiculous. It's like, girl, then just stop. But I couldn't. It was the white chocolate chips.
Wow.
And then I got a handle on it. Now everything's fine.
You had to stop cold turkey, didn't you?
I did.
White chocolate. It's the gateway to everything, isn't it? Oh my God.
Woo!
Anyways. Let's move on to the iconic Barbie.
Barbie, the movie?
No.
Just in general?
Just in general.
Oh my God,
because
Barbie.
I feel like you have tried to, or not even tried to, but you have recreated several Barbie looks.
So
and I'm trying to find out how this obsession started.
So, I mean, I've always loved Barbies from when I was little. I would always play with Barbies, and then somehow this persona of like being a life-size body, yes, that as well. Being a life-size Barbie has just kind of been bestowed on me. So I also work for this YouTube channel called Clever Style. We do like a lot of try-on hauls or whatever. And so I was at Target one day and I saw this Barbie that looked like me, and I was so excited because growing up I never saw a Barbie like with a fro. And so I was like, let me recreate this look. And then so I recreated the look, and then it became like a little life-size Barbie.
Oh my God.
And so it just became this thing. And then now when I do my like try-on haul videos on my personal channel, it's like, you're a life-size Barbie. And then I got like the whole spinning pedestal thing. It's like a whole, just like became part of my brand, I guess.
I'm sorry, you have a spinning pedestal for yourself or for the Barbie?
For myself.
Wow, in your apartment. So you just get on it and it rotates and like there's a spotlight on it?
No. It's like a little thing you stand on and it rotates to 360, which is perfect for if you're trying to showcase an outfit in a video so people can see the whole look.
You know what? This would be perfect for like a sexy time kind of thing. And let me tell you, I would get one of these and invite somebody over and tell him, hey, the door's open. And when he comes in, I'm just rotating in lingerie with a lovely spotlight on and maybe a disco ball. And, you know, I don't know, some soft, sexy music is playing. I'm like, hello.
I'm here for it. See, the pedestal is multi-purpose.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I may have to get one of those.
You should. I got on Amazon. It was like $75.
We will get to that another time. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. So you are originally from the Bay Area.
Yes.
You've never lived anywhere else. Is that true?
Well, I've lived, different places in LA, but no.
Yes, but...
Yeah. Living wise, only in
California.
Yeah.
Where would you be going if you were like, okay, LA is over? Where would you go next?
Either New York or Seattle or Paris.
Seattle?
Yeah.
Was not on my bingo card. Why Seattle?
I went there one time.
Is it because of the Starbucks?
No, I'm not even a Starbucks person. The air is so crisp and I just got a vibe when I went there.
Okay.
I really liked it. I really liked the people, which is also subjective because like there's so many different people in Seattle, but the vibe was just right. I don't know. I really liked the vibe there. Like everybody was really chill. the air, really. That's what sold me. You have not experienced a good deep breath until you go to Seattle.
Wow. Okay.
No, it is like, I don't know how they have eliminated a lot of pollution, but they somehow, I guess they have. Maybe I'm just used to LA.
Probably used to just LA weather, LA air, and then once you leave the state of California, you're like, wow, this is what fresh air is like.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And I also grew up watching Frasier, and they were in Seattle.
So. Okay, can we talk about it? Because it's one of my favorite shows.
Wait, we talked about this? Wait, yes!
It is one of my favorite shows.
I love Frasier so much.
Also, there's a reboot coming, and I am trying to be in it.
I didn't
Don't know when
that.
it's happening. I heard about this a few months ago, that they are trying to do a reboot of Frasier.
Oh my God.
It won't have, obviously, the same cast or the same setup. I believe he probably will still be, a therapist.
Yeah.
But in what setting, I have no idea.
No,
but I was like,
cast. I need Daphne. I need Niles. I need
Daphne and Niles are clearly still together
yes.
and have probably like 3 kids at this point.
I need the dog. I need everybody.
Well, you can't get everybody because
did the dad die?
Damn. John Mahoney.
But everybody else has to come back. All living cast members need to come back.
All living
Period.
cast members. You know who I really want to come and make a guest appearance and come back? BB. BB is the agent. I need BB to still be working somewhere because as the she-devil herself, I loved her character.
Yeah.
It was so crazy and so nutty.
I remember her. No, everybody was so good.
Yes.
She was hilarious.
At this point, Raj should have like an adult son.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know why they made that choice for her. Like, it's just so weird in the original show.
Wait, that's exciting that they're thinking about rebooting it. I had no idea. I wonder what they would do different.
I don't care. I just want to be on it. I want to be Frasier's new assistant. I want to be his new, producer. Whatever it is. Listen, I'll be your receptionist if you're going back to private practice. Whatever it is, I want to be in Frasier.
That's how I feel about the Michael Jackson biopic. I really want to be in it. I don't know who I'm playing. Just cast me.
And you and I are obviously major fans of Michael.
Yes.
The announcement has been made that his nephew is going to be playing him.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
Really?
Because, not that the nephew is playing him, just about the story in general, about Michael in general. I don't know how it's going, how can you replicate this person?
Right.
How can you tell this story?
I've always thought that if they ever made a Michael biopic that it would be really difficult because there is not a person alive who can be that man and to do the things that he, and for it to be believable enough for me to be like, this is, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I am happy that they're keeping it in the family because I feel like with the family involved, the story is going to be told the right way.
I don't know if it's going to be told the right way with the family involved. They might want to take some things out, which,
that's fair.
Obviously they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
He has a magnificent and magnanimous career.
Yeah.
However, that is also met with a lot of pain in his personal life.
Right.
Obviously starting from when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
And clearly, let's just say it was child abuse. We all hate Joe. I would love, as a casting note, I would love Angela Bassett to come back and play Catherine again.
I would live for it.
I'm just saying.
I would live for I'm also curious if they're going to pick up what part of his life are they going to document? You know what I mean? Because they're going to cover his whole life. That it would be like a 5-hour long movie.
True.
But
there's always going to be a time jump. If they can kind of briefly do his childhood and upbringing, because obviously we have that in Jackson's The American Dream. Right. We have all of that laid out.
We got that. So move on now.
Just briefly jump through that. Jump to Michael in his 20s. Yeah. Then through his 30s and 40s. That's really what we need right now. And that will cover the marriage, the controversy, the lawsuits, him moving to Bahrain. And then unfortunately the untimely passing, and also the doctor that also came in. Oh God.
Can't stand.
Anyway, I know. Don't want to talk about it. I know. I'm a little verklempt.
I know.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Who knows when it's going to come out or when they're going to start filming it?
It's probably going to be a few years. A couple at least.
And it might be. I mean, hopefully Antoine Fuqua will do okay. I believe he's the director.
I think so. Yeah. He's either the director or the writer.
Yes. I think he's the director, but hopefully he won't do badly on this. I mean, This is a very tight rope to walk.
It's touchy.
It really is.
And I feel very protective over it. I just need them to do it right because we've gotten one too many. Like the Flex Alexander.
I was just about to say it.
I will never forgive him for it.
You know who I'm more upset with?
Who?
The hair and makeup team.
Like, what in the world? What in the world?
Now, when was Michael ever ghost paint white? I don't even understand.
But that I'm also really curious on how they're going to address it and portray his vitiligo with his nephew.
This would be the perfect time to actually address it properly.
Right.
Because it was not really addressed in The American Dream because we hadn't really gotten there.
Right.
It was only just starting to show. Now that we know, obviously in hindsight, that that's what it was and he wasn't bleaching his skin or anything like that, I hope that it is treated, with respect.
Yeah.
Especially now that we have, models like Winnie Harlow is very much out here. There are a lot of other spokespeople and things like that. Mm-hmm. Campaigns do use people who have vitiligo, so it's just like it's becoming more normal to talk about it. It is, not something that you should be shadowed by. So hopefully they will treat it with respect, at least a little bit. But we'll see how it goes. I mean,
I'm nervous, but I'm excited about it.
I'm very nervous too. But as long as he got them dance moves right, then
that's all that matters. And then just use like MJ's actual voice because I don't want to hear someone else sing his songs.
You want the authenticity.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely. But I mean, listen, if they don't use it, I can just come home and play all the CDs that I have.
True.
Still have them. I know. Oh my God.
I have a whole drawer. You're not alone.
That, books, all of it. I'm just like, oh gosh. I will never forget it. It's my first concert.
I know. I will never get over that. You're so lucky that you got to see him perform in real life.
That is one of the perks of having a parent that works in the entertainment industry.
That is insane.
And I was able to go and see him.
Selected, chosen few people who got to see him.
And they were good seats too. I did fall asleep halfway through the concert, but guys, I was 8. So
girl, don't admit that publicly.
I mean, I kind of just did. But I woke up right when it was my song again and kept right on with the concert, okay?
You were 8, you get a pass.
I mean, yes, I was 8, but, listen, it's fine. My mom was there. It's okay.
It's fine.
We had a good time. Listen. Now we are moving on to the segment where we are going to talk about TV and film, and more importantly, Black TV and film. So, before you got here, I asked about one of your favorite Black films, and you told me it was Beauty Shop.
Yes.
And
I was like, love me some Beauty Shop.
This is actually the perfect movie for you because, of course, you have the iconic hair. Why would you not love Beauty Shop? It is amazing. Queen Latifah, love her.
So good. I have seen Beauty Shop probably more times than I've seen any other movie. I know all the words. I used to literally watch it back to back to back. Like when you play a DVD and they would go back to where it says like play, menu, extras, whatever. I would literally just keep hitting play.
Oh my God.
Drove my family crazy.
Do you still have the DVD of Beauty Shop or do you still do this?
No, because I don't have a DVD player anymore, but I have the DVD for sure. I just have it on streaming services now.
Streaming services are really missing with the extra content that they have on there.
I know, they don't have those.
And you know what I really miss is when they used to get the actors to do like the voiceover commentary over the entire movie.
Yeah.
About like what they were doing then. I love that. And I really wish they would bring that back sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, HBO, Netflix, Paramount, Apple TV, somebody really needs to like just do it every once in a while.
Yeah, that's like a lost art now.
It really is because it shows you those people's personalities, also what was really going on in the scene.
Right.
Sometimes they're like, it was so cold this day and we had to act like it was like a summer day at the beach.
Right.
It's like, okay,
behind the scenes inside. But sometimes on streaming services, they will have like an extras button and it will like take you to a little like
but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Love me some Beauty Shop.
Okay, can we talk about the fact that Beauty Shop has one of the most random thrown together cast ever?
Such a good cast though. There's so many like heavy hitters in that movie.
And how in the world, like I want to be in the room where somebody pitched Beauty Shop and pitched all of these people.
I know. For
those of you who do not know who is in Beauty Shop, it is Queen Latifah, Alfre Woodard.
Yeah.
I mean, Golden Brooks.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Alicia Silverstone.
Sherry Shepherd. Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Best favorite role he's ever done.
Who was using the most random accent.
It's so good. It's so good.
I mean, Jaimin Hansu is in this.
Oh yeah. There's another comedian, and I can't think of her name, who plays the radio host in it.
Cheryl Underwood.
Yes.
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 And we are actually leaving out probably like 4 or 5 additional people that are in this movie.
There's hella people.
It is one of the craziest casts to ever be put together. Somebody pitched this movie and was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw people that I like in these roles.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently all of them were like, yes, I have the time.
And it works so well.
It does.
So well.
It does. The one line of Beauty Shop that I will always quote at random when I'm in my apartment by myself is, it's Gina, bitch. Don't know why.
My favorite is, if you mess with me, I take your man.
Oh my
When you sing that
God.
song, it's so funny.
It really is. And I mean, shout out to them for showing a brother who is like, really
comfortable in his
masculinity. Yes. And knew all the words to that song. It was like,
go ahead, roll your eyes, suck your teeth, keep puffing and puffing like a dog in heat.
Okay.
So good. Don't want to get copyrighted. You only can sing 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
Right. I'm like, okay, with the rap skills, but it's only 5 or 10 seconds. So, whatever. It still counts.
It's
still counts.
It's
okay.
fine. The movie is so good.
So, Beauty Shop is a favorite of yours as far as the movie goes. And then for TV shows, you told me that one of yours is obviously the GOAT, which is Fresh Prince.
Yes. Love Fresh Prince.
Okay.
Grew up watching it.
Of course.
Grew up watching reruns all the time. I would play on like ABC Family.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you can't beat it. I love seeing an affluent Black family, but I feel like they didn't have that many shows around the time. You had the Cosby Show, but then after that, it was kind of like,
And the Cosby Show was obviously many years before this. It
right.
was like the more modern version of the Cosby Show.
Exactly. It was hilarious.
It was.
We were introduced to Will Smith. Were we introduced? Was that his first?
That was his first show.
Yeah.
We knew him as, he had won the Grammy already, I believe, or was about to win it in that first season.
Rapping, yeah.
But yeah, this was kind of the first. This is his first project outside of doing music.
Yeah. And hilarious. Such a natural. The whole cast was great.
Yeah.
The fashion was great. Hillary.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, who is your favorite character?
Who's my favorite character? That's a good question. Will would be the obvious, but I honestly really loved... Oh, geez, that's hard. Because Hillary kind of got on my nerves. I liked her clothes, but she got on my nerves. Carlton also got on my nerves, but would always do the dance.
Yes.
And his love for Tom Jones. I loved Aunt Viv, both of them. The original was my favorite because we got the iconic dance sequence from her.
Which, oh my gosh, just love to play it. Just randomly on a Saturday.
It just brings me joy.
And they were just 2 totally different Aunt Vivs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could never see the second Aunt Viv doing that dance.
No. They were 2 completely different vibes. They was just, love me some new Aunt Viv, but the OG was my favorite.
Yes.
Sorry.
Which is fair. I mean, it's fine. What is one of your favorite episodes from The Fresh Prince?
Honestly, I don't know if this is my favorite, but this is what comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
There was an episode that Tyra Banks guest starred on. She guest starred on a few, but there was a specific outfit that to this day, like I recreated it. It's just like a white, like crop tank top and a plaid, like loose, like big oversized shirt buttoned up, but she kept it open, and then like mom jeans with a belt. And I, to this day, literally like took a photo in this same outfit.
Yes.
And posted it. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Absolutely. I believe this is the scene where her and Will are having an argument in the Peacock.
Or something. Yes.
And about like wanting to have the last word.
Yeah.
And they're both screaming the exact same lines at each other. And then they just storm off.
Damn, you have a good memory. Yes. That sounds like on the nose.
Yeah, long night is mess. Whatever happened?
That's it. I done come all the way here from Philly to hear
Well,
this.
it's gonna happen again. Don't be all up in my grill. Don't be all up in my grill.
Now you need to shut up.
You know what? You ain't never gonna change. I'm getting the last word. Oh, no, you not. Oh, yes, I am. Damn.
That is exactly what that is. Also, the way we were introduced to Tyra Banks in The Fresh Prince was that she came to see Carlton at that party that that Will and Carlton had an off-campus apartment. And
oh, is that how her
yes,
character got
she
introduced?
came. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I met this girl in my peacock costume.
Yeah.
So I think she likes me. He's gonna come over and everything." And Will and Carlton were having a party at their off-campus apartment when some uninvited guests show up and they refuse to leave, and then decided to steal some stuff from their apartment. So
How
nobody
do you
is there.
remember all of this, like
I love-
verbatim?
I know. Nobody is there.
That's impressive.
Carlton is there. He decides to play some kind of like Bobby Darren-ish song.
Yeah.
It's like Lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. And all of a sudden, Tyra Banks as Jackie comes in, is like, Birdman, what's going on? They start slow dancing, and here comes Will clawing his way back into the apartment with the TV that he wrestled away from these people. And that is how Will is reconnected with Tyra Banks' character.
It was
Jackie.
in this moment that I realized I have a horrible memory. Because the way I can't even remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday, and you could literally list the plot for episode whatever, 362, starring Tyra
I mean,
Banks.
listen, that's what I do. I love it. I love that. I love those kinds of things.
That was
but yes,
impressive. But yes.
but I do remember that
Yes.
episode, and I do remember that outfit, and it was awesome.
Outfit changed my life. Whoever the costume designer was, killed
Listen,
it.
sometimes outfits change your life, okay? They really do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of them. How do you feel about the new Fresh Prince, like the reimagined, this more dramatic Fresh Prince?
It's really
Bel-Air?
good. I was so hesitant to watch it because I was such a fan of the original, and I was like, I don't want to watch like a redone version with different people of one of my favorite shows. But it's completely different. Like it's like you said, it's more of a drama, and they did a really good job. I'm impressed, and I love Coco Jones. I like everybody. I'm happy that they didn't try to recreate the comedy, because then I would have been like, this is not the same people. This is not funny. And I don't do well with change.
And also, I think we're really tired of reboots. So
yeah, I was over it.
This really isn't a reboot because they're not doing the same thing. It's not the same characters, none of that. This is a true reimagining of the same world, which I wish that they would do more often. Like, throw it out there, see if it works. I mean, if you're going to reboot the same thing, it's like, yeah, we get it, nostalgia, but also nobody really cares.
Right. No, that's how I feel. Like, one of my favorite movies is Maleficent. I don't know if you've seen that, but they like totally took what her character was in Sleeping Beauty and reimagined it into something that is so dope.
Right.
I love when people do that.
I would love to be Maleficent for Halloween, by the way. Let's just talk about it.
She's my favorite
Disney
villain.
And now that we're talking about Halloween, because I segued there, let's talk about the iconic characters that you are out here doing every year for Halloween. This past October, you were Halle Berry as Catwoman.
Yes.
I mean, listen, the movie wasn't that fantastic, but the outfit was. The outfit
was.
And it looks like you basically called up Halle and was like, hey girl, can I borrow your Catwoman outfit? Need it for a party? And she was like, sure, I'll just FedEx it over. How did you get the exact outfit?
I don't play around when it comes to Halloween.
I mean, me either, but I just want to know what's going on here.
Halloween is my Super Bowl, and I take it very seriously. I start planning this months in advance. I feel behind already because I have not narrowed it down to like at least a top 3 for this year.
I want everybody to know it is February 1st.
Yes.
It is the first day of Black History Month. We are several months away from October, and you are behind already?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Around July, I start to get nervous. If I have not finalized what it's going to be, I get very nervous. And Catwoman was no different. I watch whatever character that I'm recreating. I'll watch, in this case, the movie like a few times. I'll like replay scenes where the outfit is really like highlighted so you can see details. And then I'll look at lots of pictures. I'll see what people have done in the past. I really always want to make it so authentic to whatever it was. And this time, I never buy a costume that a store is like, this is that costume as one piece, because they just don't do it right. So I have to piece it together.
Fair. I
have to start early because things have to come in, and then
you
might like want to do options, you know? And so I got some pants, I cut them up myself. I do everything DIY.
Okay.
And then I got the claws. I think I got those from Amazon. The bra, or I had to order like 3 different bras because the first 2 weren't right. Then I finally found the perfect bra. The whole like crossover straps thing, if you guys can remember what the outfit looked like, I actually ordered 2 different belts. I think I ordered like 3 different belts because I wanted like the right vibe. And then I cut them and then ordered some Velcro and was able to do an adhesive to the bra. And then I had like this utility belt. It's a whole, oh yeah, and then the mask, I had that 3D printed.
3D printing.
Yes.
Do you have your own 3D printer?
No, I did on Etsy. There is a place.
Okay.
You can select what you want in different colors, and they will 3D print it for you.
Wow. Okay, so you have outsourced this 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep.
But everything else is DIY. First of all, I didn't know that you were this crafty and this thrifty because obviously so am I.
Yeah.
Why are we not making more things together? We should open an Etsy store.
We're very talented women, and we need to put it to good use.
I am down for it. I am ready to open up an awesomely black Etsy store.
Yes.
I have no idea what we're going to sell, but
something.
Pretty much, I think that people should just be like, hey, can you make me this? And we'll be like, sure.
Right.
We don't make anything. We make what you want.
And it's so funny because usually I hate DIY anything, but when it's for myself and for a higher purpose like Halloween, then I will do it.
A higher purpose like Halloween.
Yes. We'll do it, and I will do it well.
Oh my gosh. So is the Catwoman your favorite costume that you've done for Halloween?
Don't let me pick. How you going to ask me to pick a favorite costume?
Oh my God. Okay, fine. Top 3.
Okay. My Brandy Cinderella.
Okay.
That was just because I always wanted that dress growing up watching that movie, and I had never seen someone do it right, you know? And that was done so well. It was done so well that the prince from the movie, he commented on my photo and said, "Oh yeah, you did it."
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
he
ma'am.
was a cutie too.
He was cute.
Is he married?
He still looks cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Call us. Okay, so wait. The Cinderella dress, you also DIY'd this as well.
Yes, so the bones of the dress, I actually had it made. I sent in my measurements and I sent them the exact multiple photos of the dress to this, what was that brand called? I forgot. They're based in China. But they make dresses from scratch, basically.
Okay.
So I had that custom done, and then all the jewels and everything that were on her dress, I bought like these, I think they're like faux Swarovski crystals, and I glued them on one by one, which took me like 2 weeks to do because there was so much detail on that dress. I think because I put so much work into it, that's what like my favorite. Catwoman is another favorite. I think it's between. Oh no, I was gonna say my storm costume, but my genie was a doozy because I painted myself completely blue.
Yes, I did see this in your flashback of Halloween's past that you do, leading up to the new reveal of whatever the next thing is going to be.
So extra, yes.
And I wasn't sure. I was like, Drew clearly has a team that comes in and paints her body and does all these things and all of this. But this is a total DIY situation.
I do it myself.
Listen, ladies, you too can do it.
Mm-hmm.
We can do all things. We are all things. I mean, yes.
Period.
But you're literally sitting in your apartment, I'm assuming, on some kind of plastic wrap on the floor so you don't mess up your your lovely wood floors, and are painting yourself while, I don't know, watching Housewives and getting ready. Great.
I painted myself. My shower was a mess afterwards, but it was so worth it.
Oh, it's not the red wedding. It's like the blue drain.
The blue drain.
Yikes. Okay.
It was a mess, but that was,
So that was your top 3.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. For anybody who follows Drew or would like to follow Drew, you have got to go and check out these looks because they are iconic, they are impressive, and I mean, listen, they need to see the light of day more
They
often.
do.
You're going to have your own Halloween museum.
I literally thought about this in the future when I am just like mega rich. I'm going to have a little like showroom in my house, and it's going to like have all the looks, all the Halloween looks on mannequins, probably encased in glass.
Oh my God.
We're going to do the whole thing.
We have to talk about it.
What?
You know what it is. It's lingering over our heads.
What is it? Oh, Beyonce?
It is one Beyonce.
Child, I am stressed. I'm very stressed.
The announcement has finally dropped.
Mm-hmm.
The group texts are in shambles.
Crazy. We're losing our minds. And she did this to us on the day that rent is due. She did it on purpose. I'm not even mad at her.
There is absolutely no rent getting paid in the month of February.
No, we're not eating.
I'm so sorry to all of the people who own homes and, mortgage companies and all of that. It's just got to wait.
It's going to wait.
Queen
Beyonce
Bee has
first.
summoned us.
Right.
Yes.
I say Beyonce first and eat later. Figure it out.
Well, there you go.
Shelter in
Listen,
place.
to Infinity and Beyonce.
Period.
There we
Period. It's going to be the Hunger Games. When we have our registrations in, but on that day, Ticketmaster, don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Listen, I think they've learned their lesson from this Taylor Swift situation because, her stands do not play. They have taken the girls to court.
They're upset. I don't blame them.
And they are suing. So I feel like Beyonce is like, let me give the girls a tiny bit of a fighting chance.
Please.
But, at the end of the day, I just am going to have to say it. I am out here now looking to source like a sugar daddy or any team of people who has like a suite, a box, an extra seat. I volunteer as tribute. It's pretty much the easier way to get tickets to a Beyonce concert now than logging onto Ticketmaster and going through the 55 steps that you need to get into the waiting line to then possibly be able to purchase a ticket.
And then for the site to possibly crash.
Don't say it.
I know. I should have said it out loud. Should I take it back?
Now it's in the ether. Now look what you've done.
Take it back.
It's too late!
We are manifesting. We are getting in. I am willing to give a kidney and a firstborn.
Wow.
I am ready.
And you don't even have one of those available right now.
I don't.
So I'm back order.
That's all I gotta do is use a kidney.
Yeah. I'm just saying. What?
Would anybody like to lend me their child to put
They probably
up?
would. But they're already handing their own child out.
Right,
Like, it might be 2 for 1 as well.
It's not a game. Like, this is very serious business.
It is. But, look. I appreciate the fact that she did drop this announcement and the ticket sales are during Black History Month. I mean, love that.
Yeah.
Continue on with the beautiful blackness.
Yeah.
I do not appreciate her dropping this on February 1st because obviously rent is due, car payments are due, light bills are due. We're going to be sitting in the dark eating ramen for the next 8 months waiting for this to happen.
Which is fine.
It's really fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Listen, I just want to put the girls over at Shein, Fashion Nova, Zara, H&M, any kind of lifestyle brand, pattern, Mael Organics, all of the hair contractors out there or hair distributors, you are on notice as of today. Stock up. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
It's time.
Yeah, because the outfits
are coming.
Gotta get ready.
And we need to be prepared.
I think September is our LA show.
Listen.
We don't have much time.
And LA does very casual. So, there's going to be a lot of t-shirts. There's going to be a lot of jean shorts. However.
Whatever works. Whatever
for the queen.
What are you thinking?
There might be gowns.
There might be gowns. That is very
There are definitely going to be cakes and fans present. I know, for sure.
For sure.
I want somebody to show up in just full body glitter. Nothing else.
I would love, though when I went to Formation, a dude had his whole head was glittered. He was bald. It was fabulous.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's very Doja Cat.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm ready for the looks. Because I feel like this album is like ballroom, the whole ballroom scene.
It is. And just because it is ballroom, I want everybody to get their stretch on.
Yeah.
I want them to also take a Taekwondo class because at any moment, a smooth, swift roundhouse kick is going to come your way. A back tuck, roundhouse step out, tuck, roundhouse step out, tuck, front fold into a cartwheel split thing is going to happen.
I'm done.
And I just want you guys to be prepared. I want you to be nimble. I want you to be ready to move out of the way.
I can't even touch my toes.
Listen, we're going to have to work on that, okay?
I have to start stretching today.
I think we need to start running like 6 miles a day just to build up the stamina.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. Have to prepare.
We're going to be standing the whole time.
Yeah.
There's going to be dances.
Your knees. Do not lock your knees because you'll pass out.
Also hydrate. I mean, listen.
Yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
Hold your pee. If you're on your period, put 2 tampons in.
Wait, okay, that's too far.
Too much.
What?
Too much?
No.
Leave your seat.
Yeah, but why do you need 2? Listen, don't be telling these people they need 2. That is not a thing. Do not do that.
Do not stuff her with 2. Don't do that.
That would be so painful, wouldn't it?
I've done it before on accident. Yeah. But they were like 2 light ones.
Oh, like the little tiny suppository looking things, even though they're just like, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, TMI. It's fine. It's fine. We've all done something like that.
We have.
Oh, God.
If you haven't, you're lying.
I think that we have gotten to a really great point to now bring the energy in really close and tight
Yes.
because this is going to be our final segment. I would love to give you 10 rapid fire questions a la Inside the Actors Studio.
Wait, I love this so much. You know why this is so much fun? Because I used to always be the person interviewing people, so it is very, I feel like it's a full circle moment, the fact that I'm now being interviewed.
Yes, I have always wanted to be on Inside the Actors Studio.
Mhm.
I always wanted to answer those questions, like when I was younger growing up, but obviously that is not going to be possible because James Lipton is no longer with us.
Right.
So, in honor of him, in honor of like me just wanting to ask this whole rapid fire situation
Yeah.
kind of thing, like, ooh, 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 I'm going to do it now. Ready?
Yeah, a little nervous.
You should be! Don't you be afraid, Drip. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Rapid fire questions for Mr. Dorsey. Okay. Who is your celebrity crush? And this can be regardless of gender.
Oh, geez. Beyonce, number one. I always say she's the only woman who I would let sit on my face.
Wow.
It used to be Machine Gun Kelly and not so much anymore. And now I don't really have one. It used to be Machine Gun Kelly, Michael Ealy. I don't know. I don't have William Levy. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but I think he was a telenovela star for a long time, and now he just like does different random things.
Okay.
Oh, Bruno Mars! How did I forget about Bruno Mars? Oh my god, I would put that little man on my hip any day.
Oh my God. Okay. What is your least favorite word?
Booger. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that I even said it just now. Gross.
What is your favorite curse word?
Oh shit, fuck and bitch.
Okay.
Oh, all of them.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I do. I do. I'm such a hopeless romantic. I definitely believe in love at first sight.
I love that. In bed, what is the one thing that you hate most?
But the first thing that came to mind was so graphic. I don't know if I can say all that. What do I hate? I don't. Now that I wear my natural hair, this is the safer answer. I don't like it to be pulled.
Okay, and what is the unsafe answer?
How can I say it in a way that it's like podcast safe? I don't like my coin purse to be
Spit on?
Yep.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't think of a cuter way to say it.
I got it.
Leave her alone.
Oh my God. If you could go back in time, would you give your 16-year-old self wisdom, courage, or money?
Oh my God, that's such a good question. Wisdom, courage, or money? Not money. I would give her wisdom for sure. For sure. Because it's like there were so many insecurities that were unnecessary. So many things that I put up with or thought about myself that just weren't true. It's like if my future self could have been like, girl, like you're tripping, just be you. It would I wouldn't have changed my life because I probably would have been a different person now. But yeah, for sure, wisdom.
What is something that you've learned in your life that you wish you had never learned?
Ooh, heartbreak. But I feel like maybe it's good that you go through that. Actually, no, F that. Who wants to go through that shit? I hope I never go through heartbreak again. Didn't need that lesson.
Oh my God. What other profession would you like to attempt if you could not do what you're doing now?
I want to be like a Broadway star, but if it's not in entertainment, I would want to make commercials, like be the person who comes up with the concepts for them. Yeah.
What is something you wish every Black woman knew?
That she is truly a magnanimous being. Just like straight from heaven, like an alien in the best way, in the sense that you were put on this earth to just be elite. just
The elite.
like just royalty in every way, a queen in every sense of the word. Nothing compares. And I don't mean it in like a supremacist type of way. I just mean it in the sense that like, these bitches ain't even close.
Oh my God. It's fair.
Does that work?
That works. Okay. And the final question, which is direct from the Inside the Actor Studio, which is also their final question that they used to ask every guest. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrived at the pearly gates?
You can come home now. And I say that because in Hercules, when he enters the gates of Mount Olympus, I think that's what Zeus says.
Love it.
I love that!
I absolutely love that.
Drew, Dorsey.
Thank you for being my very first guest on my show. I love it.
So fun. I wish you all the success
Thank
that you
you so much.
continue on with this podcast. It's going to be huge. And I'll look back on it one day and be like, I was the first guest. Yes.
Because you can only say that once.
With
I was the
ABW,
first.
it was me.
But yes, thank you so much for coming. I absolutely appreciate this and I love you. I have found out a few more things about you, but I mean, I already knew most of them. Let everybody know where they can find you. I know it is Drew Dorsey across all social media platforms, but there is a hyphen or an...
So on most platforms, it's at Drew__Dorsey.
Okay.
Drew Dorsey was already taken, so slap those underscores in there. YouTube, just Drew Dorsey. Look for the girl with the fro. That would be me. You can also watch me on Clever Style, which is a YouTube channel with 2 V's. The Clever is. And then I have a live shopping show that I do every Tuesday called Meet Me on Market.live. You can find through my Instagram, Drew__Dorsey, or you can go on Market.live. And then, just follow me for everything else. I'll update you to where to watch me. And, I'm going to appear in any other magazines or commercials or other things. I'll let you know.
That's what we love to hear.
Yay.
Somebody who's working all the time. Oh my God. I love a check.
Got to pay for these Beyonce tickets somehow.
Okay, y'all, that is our show. But before we go, I want to leave you with some awesome Black wisdom. And this week, those words are going to be coming from the one, the only, the beautiful Kerry Washington. Kerry has been quoted as saying, "I realize that I don't have to be perfect. All I have to do is show up and enjoy the messy, imperfect, and beautiful journey of my life." And that is absolutely something that I want each and every one of my listeners to do. Life is messy. It's complicated. It is so many things. It's triggering. It's difficult. It's challenging. But it's also rewarding. It's epic. It's lovely. It's just beautiful. And I want you guys to remember that you are going to go through a lot of things in life. Nothing has to be perfect, and it shouldn't be perfect. If you just show up and enjoy what is there, what is presented to you, and move through it as amazingly and effortlessly as you can, that is the only way to win. That is how you have the most beautiful examples and the most beautiful experiences in life. So definitely enjoy the messy, imperfect day, week, and month that you are about to have. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye.
She's got expensive taste, from her cars to